In this modern era, the fundamental question for every young man is, have I really become a real man? Because societal directives can sometimes bring out weakness and femininity, leaving behind the essence of masculinity and courage, a dark truth that is often overlooked. In the journey of becoming a real man, we often get caught up in societal views that may undermine the essence of our manhood and character. In a sharper light, we will explore a dark truth, that following society's lead can marginalize us, take us away from the essence of manhood, and lower our testosterone levels. As a weapon of wisdom, Stoic philosophy gives us a firm footing in the face of this harsh reality. In the wise words of Stoicism, when we cannot change the situation, the true challenge is to change our perspective. In true manliness, we find strength in silence and tranquility. However, this invitation is not to be silent. It's time to understand the full essence of true masculinity. Moving away from the clichés created by society, let us together explore 4 key principles that will form our foundation as real men. I invite you to turn over a new leaf, ponder, and get ready for a profound journey of self-discovery. 1. Ability to violence. In a world that is often dark and challenging, a man must have the courage to be a protector, not only of himself, but also of his loved ones. A man's true strength lies not only in his inability to do evil, but in his capacity to be dangerous for good. Toughness is not simply courage in peaceful circumstances, but rather the ability to stand firm when evil knocks at the door. Every man has an obligation to protect himself and those he loves, and that involves accepting his potential for violence. Don't get caught up in a web of false morality, claiming that rejecting violence is a higher form of ethics. In fact, a paradox emerges. The man who is incapable of being dangerous is also incapable of creating peace. Only by possessing the ability to commit violence can men truly achieve a state of peace. Therefore, in navigating this life, a man must realize that true courage involves not only the rejection of evil, but also having the capacity to be a strong and resolute guardian, ready to fight the darkness for the sake of a brighter light. This is the essence of true courage and a man's responsibility in protecting and shaping the world around him. 2. Taking responsibility. In an ever-changing world, a real man should be able to shoulder responsibility without hiding behind excuses or blaming others. It's not about giving in to fate, but rather facing challenges with your head held high and eyes full of determination. Our destiny is in our own hands, and avoiding unproductive talk of blame or excuses is the key to true growth. Authentic living requires the courage to face reality, identify what we can control, and take full responsibility for it. Taking responsibility is like carving your own destiny. It is not a burden, but a force that propels us towards growth. A life lived by taking full ownership, without misusing time by blaming people or circumstances, is a valuable investment in oneself. It is a journey towards true independence and maturity. So dare to take control, because every step taken with responsibility is a step towards a solid and confident real man. 3. Knowing how to suffer. In life, every man experiences various obstacles, be it mentally, physically, or the burden of responsibility towards those who depend on him. However, in an ever-changing world, being a man is no longer as clear-cut as it once was. When it comes to assertiveness and manliness, we are often misled by society's misleading views. Today, we are told that tears and grievances are symbols of courage. However, the dark truth is that true strength comes from our ability to feel suffering and remain resilient. A real man does not seek sympathy or pity. He knows how to feel the pain and bear the burden without asking for pity from others. In silence, he builds resilience and faces pressure with his head held high. It's not about masking emotions, but about overcoming adversity without crumbling. A real man doesn't just complain, but rather learns from every suffering and makes it a stepping stone to true courage. So, amidst the hustle and bustle of modernity, a man can still be strong and hone his true manhood through the art of suffering in silence. 4. Take risks. When your life is no longer challenging you, you need to take risks. Life is not about sitting back and feeling safe, but about facing uncertainty with courage. Every risky step you take is a piece of courage that carves your own destiny. A life without risk is like an unfinished painting. You will only see a boring grey portrait. Real men are those who risk everything for their dreams. They don't sit comfortably in comfort, but rather step into the territory of uncertainty. For them, life is a stage of adventure waiting to be explored. Taking risks is not just about risking your fortune or reputation, it's also about exploring your creative potential. When you challenge yourself, you discover unexpected strengths. Your life is no longer about following a predetermined path, but about creating your own path to success. Don't let fear stop you. Build the courage within you to step into the unknown. Only by taking risks can you discover the true meaning of life and become a real man, capable of creating his own destiny. In closing, let us reflect together that being a real man is not an easy journey in this modern era. In the face of societal views that often obscure the essence of manhood, we need to find the courage to live by these 4 key principles: the ability to be violent, take responsibility, know how to suffer, and take risks. A real man not only engages himself in courage in peace, but also has the ability to be a strong and decisive guard when evil knocks at the door. Taking full responsibility, without excuses or misuse of time, is the key to true growth and maturity. Suffering in silence is an art that builds resilience, allowing us to face the pressures of life with our heads held high. Taking risks is a step towards true courage, understanding that life is not about comfort, but rather challenges and achievements. I invite you to turn over a new leaf, reflect, and prepare for a profound journey of self-discovery. Don't forget to show your support by liking this video, sharing your views through comments, and of course, subscribing to this channel to stay connected with other inspiring content. Together, we can shape a society that values the true essence of masculinity. Thank you for your attention, and see you in the next content.